Pop violinist Sue Son wowed judge Simon Cowell with a performance at Britain's Got Talent and became the first Asian to advance to the show's semi-finals. A YouTube video of her charismatic performance has garnered over 17 million views, earning her respect. Lately, she has been collaborating with many talented Korean vocalists, building up her musical career. She's an artist who is not afraid of venturing out to new genres, including hip-hop, ballad, pop, Latin music, and EDM. Let's listen to the story of Sue Son, Korea's most well-known pop violinist, on Heart to Heart. Today we are joined with Son Soo-kyung, better known by her stage name Sue Son, a classical and crossover violinist. Thank you so much for joining us today on Heart to Heart and for opening our show with a wonderful piece on your violin. Would you first of all like to say hello to our viewers that are watching right now?
Hello, my name is Sue Son. It's great to be here again. Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you.
As you said, thank you for inviting me here again. It's good to be back on the show.
Yes.
I understand that you were on Heart to Heart many years ago.
Yes, I did. Heart to Heart about 5 years ago, I think. Yeah.
Of course, back then it was a different host.
Yes.
But, welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back to Heart to Heart. Now, could you begin by telling us about the piece that you performed for us in the beginning?
Yeah, the piece that I've performed is called Rush. It's actually one of my favorite tracks on my album. My album is actually called I Am. The great thing about this piece, and it's one of my favorite, is that it has a classical opening with clarinet, Mozart clarinet concerto in A, and it has a twist because it actually ends up being a rock music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, got that rock twist to it.
Yeah.
Now, so you just performed with an electric violin.
Yes, I have.
So I'd like to ask you about the differences between an electric violin and a classical or acoustic violin. What is the main difference between?
It's kind of comparing it like electric guitar to acoustic guitar. With electric violin, I can have a versatile sound. So if I have a foot pedal, I can make it into a rock and put in a distortion with an amplifier. But I still prefer playing classical violin because I'm actually in control of the tonality and both speed and dynamics to make it into a beautiful tone. But performing with band or like collaborating with singers, I think it's better to perform with electric violin.
I see.
Yeah.
Is it a lot different playing the violin though? Is it different playing the electric?
Well, no. Actually with electric violin and acoustic violin, you still need the basic skills how to play the violin, right? But it's just depending on what you prefer. If you want to play more of a rock, hip-hop, you know, that kind of band music, I will definitely prefer electric violin, but acoustic violin, it's more fragile and delicate, so it's more of a classical field, I feel, yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about how you broke onto the world stage. You did break onto the world stage as the first Asian to actually advance to the semifinals on Britain's Got Talent in 2009. So what led you to actually compete in that show?
You know what? It's so funny. Oh my God, time flies, huh? It seems like yesterday I actually entered the show, but anyways, I was very lucky enough because thanks to my dad, I moved to UK because my dad was a visiting professor at London City University in the year 93. So I was very lucky and fortunate to experience different culture. And when I was really young, I always like watch Vanessa Mae, David Garrett, and all these, crossover artists on TV playing their instruments fabulously. Then I always wanted to be like them. And at the, I think year like 2008, I watched ITV program when I was in London, and Britain's Got Talent was on it, and a couple of my colleagues were on the show. Then I'm like, hang on a minute. I mean, do they actually have a classical act at Britain's Got Talent? So it kind of gave me an idea. Oh my God, it would be such a good opportunity to be on that show to see if I have a talent or not.
Yes.
That's how I entered, yeah.
Yeah, so of course you advanced into the semifinals, and but did you have doubts in the beginning? Were you afraid that you might not make it? That you
Of course.
You
at
did.
the end of the day, if you don't take a risk, you're not going to survive, right? And you're not going to get what you want. So obviously I was afraid if I was going to get eliminated, but I took the risk and see how it went.
Welcome, Sue Son.
Did you see yourself moving out to the semifinals? I mean, how did it feel when you made it there? Did you even think that you would make it so
You know what?
that far?
I didn't expect to even get to the semifinals, and one of the producers called me and said, I got to the semifinals. I was thinking, you're joking, right? I was actually speechless for a couple of seconds. And then I was like thinking, are you sure? Like I got to the semifinals. Then it hit me. Then I, bursted thinking, oh my God, I actually did get to the semifinals. But at the beginning when I applied, I never thought, I'll get to the semifinals because I was even under a student visa. So I wasn't even a British citizen. So I was very blessed and lucky enough to be actually on the show. So by even thinking about it, I really thank the producers from Britain's Got Talent for letting me be on the show.
Oh, I see. So you don't have to be a citizen.
I think you do.
You do?
Yes.
Oh. Wow, okay. So how would you say that Britain's Got Talent changed your life? How have things changed for you?
You know what? It has definitely changed my life. By thinking about it, being on Heart to Heart with you, it has actually definitely changed my life because I'm actually doing something that I love, right? And it's rare to do something that you love. And through Britain's Got Talent, myself being here and performing in front of the audience and the crowd and doing, something that I love is just, something that I've always wanted to do.
Yeah, people often say that they're blessed if they,
Yes,
are able to do
very
what they
much
really
so.
enjoy doing.
심수경의 무대는 정말 열정적이고 에너지가 넘치는데요. 그러기까지는 얼마나 노력을 했는지 저는 옆에서 지켜봐와서 정말 잘 알고 있습니다. 앞으로도 친구로서 또 팬으로서 항상 응원하겠습니다. 손수경, 화이팅!
손수경 is my English tutor. We've met just once. We're gonna study well for the time soon.
Well, she's a good friend of mine. I've been knowing her for about 5 years.
For me, for 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah.
She's really sweet, yet she's really humble. I wish you the best. I love you always. Thank you.
Fighting!
Fighting!
She's a good girl.
I want to talk about Son Soo-kyung or Soo-kyung Son. She is a great energetic violinist that mashes classical with, let's say, electric and all this kind of great energy. And I hope that you get a chance to hear her through Heart to Heart.
Her performance can never be compared to any other violin players. Her violin is serene and at the same time it is very rocking. It's wild and it is innocent. I'm rooting for her very hard and I expect you all do the same. Thank you very much.
Now, I know that you've kept yourself very, very busy. You've appeared on TV shows in Britain, also in Korea, many TV programs. And I heard that you even appeared in a film. So tell us about that.
Oh my God, gosh, oh God. Okay, long story short. At that time, I was actually at Yoon Do-yeon's management. And one of my good friends who were in Yoon Do-yeon's management too, he's a music video director and a photographer. He's called Jun Shim. He's the one who actually recommended me to do this film, indie film, written and directed by Benson Lee. So I had a, heads up, getting a vibe from Jun that, you know what, Sue, if you audition for this, he's actually looking for, different accent to English stars to star in his movie. That's how I actually applied for Benson's movie. He's actually an amazing director, Korean-American. He has done a lot of documentaries and won awards at Sundance. That's why I really wanted this role so badly, right? And firstly, I actually auditioned through Skype. Then when he first came to Korea, I met him with his production crew and auditioned for the Soul Searching movie. And then I think he saw a potential in me as an actress, so maybe that's why I got the role. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So you auditioned through Skype.
Yeah, I auditioned through Skype because it was all open cast.
Right, right.
So, yeah. And thanks to that movie, I actually went to LA and New York premiere. Yeah, for Soul Searching movie. Something that I have never expected if I actually didn't do Britain's Got Talent, right?
Wow, I love your passion. By the way, do you have someone special back in Germany?
I do.
Oh, what's her name?
Monica.
Is she German?
Yes.
Have you ever dated a Korean girl before?
No.
Really? Why not?
Aren't you getting a little personal?
What? I'm just curious.
So without any experience in acting, it's not like you took acting lessons, but yet you auditioned for this film. What was the audition like? I mean,
oh my gosh, it was so hard at the beginning, even though I had the urge to audition. I'm like, when I had to audition, he gave me a script to be in that character. Then, I did a poker face thinking, I'm not a violinist. In here, I'm going to be an actress. So the character that I had to play was a teenager kid in teens. And I'm from Britain, thank God. I'm talking in British accent, so that's first great thing because I don't really talk in American accent, right? It's really difficult to change in a, Then my character was very snobbish, very up myself, no at all. But she can be very ditzy and really cute at times, making like a couple of word mistakes. Like one of the sentences was like, like Hamburg in Germany. It's meant to be Hamburg, but I actually say hamburger because it spells as hamburger. So talking to another partner, I'm saying, how's hamburger? So I can be very cute and ditzy at times, thinking that I know it all.
So, what is it like in Hamburger?
Hamburg is considered one of the most beautiful cities in Germany.
Oh, that's what I meant.
I just really thank, the director, Benson Lee, for choosing me, even though I had no whatsoever acting experience. Maybe he thought that I had a good concentration in front of the camera or being in a different character. Maybe that's why he gave me a chance.
well, I'm sure you did a good job. That's why he gave you the opportunity. So we're talking about you being in a film and acting.
Yeah.
So I'd like to kind of ask you about the difference or kind of comparison, I guess. What would you say is special about acting and also performing on a violin or being a violinist?
Okay, it's the same thing. about one similarity between acting and being on stage. You need to focus and be in that character, right? For like movie roles. But with the violin too, if I'm on stage performing, a piece, I have to concentrate and focus. So I think that kind of helped me a lot being a performer on stage to, change to acting because I actually concentrated to that character and focused with my acting skill, even though I don't have skills, then it kind of connected to the camera, I think. Yeah.
I mean, just listening to you talking about acting, it sounds like you really, really enjoyed acting. So if someone were to offer you, to appear in a film or a TV drama, whatever, if someone said, hey, do you want to act? If you had the opportunity, would you take up the offer?
To be honest with you, yes, I would. Because I tried it and I loved it. And it's so much fun being a different character to who you are, right, in person. You don't get much chance in the world to be someone else that you're not. By acting, you can actually pursue a different character in that role and have that momentum. So if I haven't tried it, I'll be like, nah, I'm really not, I'm okay. But because I have tried it, I'll definitely say if I had the opportunity and the character suited me, and I would definitely do it again.
Okay, so Sue Son is up for acting jobs. Any offers to come, she's up for it.
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about you learning to play the violin. How and when did you start to play the violin?
I think I started playing the violin when I was 6. My older sister, she played the piano, and I was no good at it at all. So since the young age, my older sister, has been my idol. And she's a role model of how I always looked up to. And then, even though when I was really young, she was keep winning competitions. So I was kind of thinking, oh, if I actually played another instrument to prove, I was good as her, I should try the violin. So it just turned out to be the violin,
Okay. Yeah. So you actually started playing the piano, and then you were the one that wanted to switch over to the violin.
Yes, I did.
Wasn't that your parents recommended the violin to you?
You know what? I think on TV, one of the back then, I actually saw on TV someone playing the violin, and it sounded very beautiful. Then I kind of wanted to just learn it by just watching that program.
I see. Well, good decision.
I know.
At a very young age, that is, yes. So you originally majored in classical music, and you were also admitted to London's Royal College of Music.
Yes.
So I'm curious, what made you change your career path? Was there a special reason or
You know what? There are so many reasons. After first year of Royal College, I actually took a gap year. And I did presenting at Arirang TV because my sister actually went to Arirang TV as a journalist and announcer. So I came here and did a, presenting show. Then I thought, you know what? I really love the TV industry, but I also want to pursue my career playing the violin. So after first year of Royal College, I decided to transfer to Guildhall School of Music and Drama and do different electives, but still study in classical music. But because I wanted to do a showbiz industry, I wanted to know a bit more about jazz and electronic music. That's why I transferred.
Oh, so you chose jazz and electronic music as electives, and that's why you chose to go to that school, the Guildhall School of Music and Drama. Could you tell us a bit about the school?
Of course. So Guildhall School for Music and Drama is the most prestige classical trained school in London as a college. But it also has a drama side. So very famous celebrities, like Hollywood celebrities like Orlando Bloom, Daniel Craig, Ian McGregor, they actually went to the theatre side of Guildhall School of Music and Drama. What I have studied was classically trained conservatoire violin. But great thing about Guildhall School is that you can choose electives even though you study history and art of the classical genre of the violin. I actually chose jazz because I wanted to experience something different than just the violin, classical violin. And also electronic music is something that I always wanted to do, meaning that you can compose later and how to edit the programs like Logic. So it actually gave me a heads up towards life.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was your experience at the school. Now, being a very talented and beautiful Asian playing the electric violin, I heard that you're often compared to Vanessa Mae. We did briefly talk about Vanessa Mae, and I think I actually watched several of the interviews that you did,
Okay.
and I think you mentioned once that Vanessa Mae was your idol.
She was, and she
Yes.
still is. I mean, incredibly enough, after Britain's Got Talent, I actually got to meet her in person.
Yes.
She's adorable and gorgeous. And I'm actually really honored being compared with Vanessa Mae because when I was really young, I looked up to her. And seeing her live, it was just amazing experience. Yeah.
Okay, because I was just going to ask you, how does it feel to be compared?
Well,
to
you know what?
Vanessa
I'm
Mae?
actually honored to be compared because she was my idol and she still is. And she's a gorgeous girl and she plays amazingly. So I'm very blessed to be called, you know, that nickname.
Earlier on, you mentioned about YB, Yoon Do-yeon,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so you've worked in collaboration with a number of Korean musicians. YB, or Yoon Do-yeon,
Yeah.
YB Band is
Yeah.
one. There's Dynamite Duo and Son Seung-yeon. And a lot of singers have actually invited you to play with them, to collaborate with them on competition programs.
Yes, yeah.
On television. So what is it that you think it is that you have? What do you think is your charm, I guess? That makes people want to work with you. That you know,
Let me see, let me
especially because
see.
we're talking about competition programs.
Yeah,
you
I
have to
know.
be good.
I'm not sure, but maybe charisma.
Charisma.
Well, people do say that I'm very charismatic on stage when I perform.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so maybe it's that. I'm not sure, but yeah.
I could definitely feel all the energy. Oh, and I've wondered, you seem to always be wearing a skirt
I do.
and heels. Or at
Okay.
least the ones that I've seen,
yes,
when you perform.
Very good point. Yeah.
Isn't it difficult to kind of move around
Oh my God,
so energetically as you do
it's
in
so
heels?
difficult because, you know, balancing on these tiptoed stilettos, it's just amazing. I don't know how I get control of it when I'm playing. Sometimes I get, you know, unbalanced or, you know, yeah, it's very difficult. But, you know, I like to have longer legs when I perform, so I have to wear these, you know.
잊지 못할 것 같아 넌 좋은 사람이었어 귓가에 들리네 따뜻했던 네 목소리
And what kind of plans do you have ahead? Let's say, for example, the year's almost ending.
I know,
so you must have
right?
plans for the end of the year and also
Yeah.
for the coming year, 2018. So tell us
Yes,
about your plans.
I am actually working on my single at the moment. Great, yay! And also a couple of film OST and drama OSTs are lined up. I mean, I would love to share the title, but it's confidential for now, so I can't say.
too bad.
But also I would like to say that I'm a believer in God, and I would love to share my belief towards music by, you know, recording CCM, contemporary Christian music, and I would like to share my belief towards the audience.
Okay. And last but not least, would you perhaps have a message that you would like to deliver to your fans that are watching right now?
Well, hello guys. Thank you so much for watching Heart to Heart today. Just watch out for Sue Son in the future because I really hope that my music can deliver to your hearts. And thanks again.
All right, thank you so
Well,
much for
thank
that
you.
message and also for joining us on our program once again. I know you're on a very, very busy schedule. Best of luck to you with your new album that's to come out, and hope you are able to hold many more concerts and appear more on television so you could spread the beauty of your music and
Thank you so much.
your performances. Thank you once again for
All
joining
right,
us.
thank you.
네, 감사합니다.
감사합니다.